Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back. Another fresh episode, Talking Game. I'm your host, Yellow Tape King, Tony Lewis, LT, King, Anthony. Whatever you call me, let me know what I was on when you met me. And you know we back for another session to chop it up. It's going to be another little quick episode. I just wanted to not gloat, not yet. But I'm on my way to gloating. As you can go back and listen. So far, I'm looking pretty good. My pick integrity, my Super Bowl picks, the two number one seeds, the two teams with home field advantage going into championship weekend. Awesome matchups coming up. Improbable in the NFC when you think about the Lions. Not necessarily with the 49ers. Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship is almost a given, right? It's death taxes. I put that on Twitter. Death taxes and Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship game. For him to be in the AFC Championship game all 6 years as a starter is freaking amazing. Of course, I had a feeling Lamar Jackson would be here. I know what Lamar Jackson represents as a healthy player in the NFL. And that is an MVP. Probably two-time MVP. And if things go the way I think it's going to go, a Super Bowl champion. So we will see how that works out. But these kind of things are why I really made this podcast. You know what I'm saying? I made this for people like my mom who always say, boy, you need to go to Vegas. You know, you make these predictions. I made this podcast for people like Coach Marcus, call me Cuz Stradamus. You know, I made this podcast for people like my cousin Jay, who's been on here multiple times. You know, when I text him and say, the Cowboys going to lose big. And his response is, at halftime, what's the lottery numbers tomorrow? I'm not saying I'm always right. Hell, I don't think nobody who guesses on sports, because that's all it is a guess, educated guess on sports, is always right. But I like to say that I'm right more than I'm wrong with some of these things. And when I'm really thinking about it and really like putting my mind to it, right? I mean, it shows with just my division picks and winners. You know, I got 5 out of 8 right. That's more than half. That's more likely. You know what I'm saying? Just different things in sports. But let's move forward though. But we're gonna go back actually. We're gonna talk about the games that happened. The most impressive team I saw during the divisional rounds have to be the Ravens. I mean, defense was stifling. You take away that kick return, punt return, Texans scored 3 points. Lamar Jackson gives you 4 touchdowns. He throws 2, he runs for 2. He gives you everything that you want out of a Lamar Jackson game. The defense looks like 2001. Was that when they won it? Yeah, 2001. Ravens defense is amazing to watch them and how they're just flying around and they're looking like a Super Bowl contender. My least impressive team, it's tough, man, because on the flip side I could give it to Houston, right? But Houston, I hate to use the excuse that they wasn't even supposed to be here, but they're going to be fine. Like, I don't want to say that they didn't impress me. I just think that the Ravens were super stifling. I think the Ravens, they just was the better team. So I really don't have a least impressive team, but for the sake of an argument, it got to be Buffalo on my end. You got everything you want in Buffalo. You got Patrick Mahomes in Buffalo, super cold. Your fans throwing snowballs at them, and your defense couldn't get a stop. Every time, well, not every time because they did end up punting, but the first 5 possessions was a score or the end of the half. Disappointing. Josh Allen, I'm sick of it. Why am I talking about them? I'm not talking about them no more. Y'all know what's up. If you watched the game, you watched it. If not, go look at the highlights. You got drop passes. You got overthrown passes. I'm just going to go with that. All right, so this time of the year is always tough because it's a situation where coaches lose their jobs. What is crazy nowadays is that playoff coaches have to answer questions and worry about losing their jobs. You got Mike Tomlin, playoffs, worrying about his contract extension, which, I mean, what are we talking about? It's the freaking Steelers, man. Steelers only had 2 coaches my whole 32 years of living. They've only had 3 coaches my dad's whole 61 years of living. I just don't see them moving on. And for who? You know, I think the GM or whoever is in that draft war room with the coach, player personnel, scout, they have to do a better job evaluating their next quarterback. But come on, man. The Steelers don't do nothing but go to the playoffs. It's hard to fire a coach that does that. I know that shouldn't be the standard. You think about the Steelers, you should be thinking about winning championships. But, hey, man. It's hard to win, right? I'm a Panthers fan. We've never won one. Titans never won one. Texans never won one. Bengals never won one. Chargers never won one. You know, so you see where we're going. Jags never won one. Falcons never won one. Let's relax, guys. They're not just giving them out like candy. It's hard to do. I think them keeping a stable coach is what at least keeps them relevant and gives them more bites at the apple than upsetting the apple cart and switching every other year. Panthers, sick of it. Tepper, you suck. And then the Panthers, just because they just crossed my mind. We elevate our assistant GM to the GM position. My biggest issue with that is if he had anything to do with the trade that we made for that number 1 pick, he shouldn't even be in the building. And I'm going to leave it at that. The Eagles were having coaching questions, but I don't think that was a Sirianni thing. I think that's a coordinator thing. They lost. I know it doesn't make the news. It doesn't seem like a big deal. But when you lose your offensive and defensive coordinator in 1 year, it's probably hard to recover. Like, imagine whatever company you work at, the boss loses the vice president and the manager right under them. Probably not going to be the same for a while. It's going to be a little change, a little shakeup. I think that's just what happened with the Eagles. But I see they're interviewing Ron Rivera. Riverboat is a defensive guy. I think that'll work out great for him to just be able to focus on the defense. I think he may have been getting worn out and, losing a little edge on the Riverboat thing. It wasn't a lot of Riverboat going on in Washington. But we are talking about the Commanders. I'm pretty sure he will love to stick it to the Commanders being the Eagles defensive coordinator. And as a Panthers fan and knowing what Ron Rivera represents as a coach, especially as a defensive coach, the Eagles will be fine with him. They'll be better with him. Definitely better than they were giving the reins to Matt Patricia. Offensive coordinator, I don't know. Go get the running backs coach from Miami or San Francisco. Those seem to be great offensive coordinators in waiting. And then who else was talking? Oh, of course, the Cowboys. Me and Marcus talked about it, and they kept Jason Garrett 3 years in a row going 8-8. It's hard to get rid of Mike McCarthy for going 12-5 3 years in a row. Jerry Jones is being Jerry. He's putting him on the hot seat, not giving him an extension until the end of next year. I guess prove it. I wonder what the goal is. Maybe NFC Championship because divisional can't be enough, right? But you're going to extend Dak. When is Dak going to get the blame? Dak played terrible. He played terrible. And that's just what it is, man. I mean, the whole team did, but that always falls on the quarterback. The quarterback gets all the praise when they win, and they get all the blame when they lose, rightfully so, because that's only fair. You can't have it one way and not the other. I do want to know what you guys think. Who you guys think are going to win? The Lions. Shout out to the Lions, man. They beat the Bucks. Wow, the crazy thing about the Bucks game. And this is why we're going to start. I'm going to start doing this video-wise so you can start seeing certain things. I'm start doing visuals for this. Well, I was on the phone with my dad, and we were talking about the game, the Bucks-Lions game. And I said, I don't know. This is the kind of game Baker low-key lives for. But he's going to throw 2 picks. He's going to give you 3 touchdowns, over 300 yards. But he's going to give you 2 picks. So they have to be able to recover from those interceptions. You know what my dad said? Oh, he throws them early. They'll be fine. Well, he threw one early, and he threw one late. And they were not fine. But all in all, though, shout out to the Bucks, man. They played way better than expected this year. I thought Todd Bowles would probably be fired by the end of the year. He made it to the playoffs and probably deserves the extension. Everybody, right? I mean, when I say everybody, Bowles probably is going to get an extension. Baker is either going to get extended or he's going to have his pick of the litter. Not of the litter. Whoa. He's going to have a market out there for him. He showed that he is a quarterback in the NFL that can lead teams to the playoffs. I mean, this is his second team leading to the playoffs. The Browns, who are the Browns, and the Bucks. So, give Mike Evans what he deserves. Okay, guys? Give Mike Evans what he deserves. And let's see how this rocks, man. Lions, come on, guys. I've said this before. Jared Goff is a Super Bowl making quarterback. He took a team to the Super Bowl. He is showing you what he is and what he can be. Now, will they beat the 49ers? Probably not. Not by my guess or, estimation. But this is further than the Lions have got since, 1993. Shout out to Jared Goff. Shout out to Dan Campbell. I don't know when Goff's contract is up, but man, is he going to break the bank. And Detroit should do it for him. But man, they have done some great drafting. You think about Amar St. Brown, you think about Gibbs, you think about Laporta. They have 2, and other years where you don't have record-breaking rookies, they probably would have had the 1 and 2 vote getters for Offensive Rookie of the Year. I feel like I'm missing the team. Oh, yeah. Chiefs. They're just that team, right? They're the new don't bet against team, even though I picked the Ravens. As long as Patrick Mahomes is out there, Travis Kelce is out there, and he looked very good Sunday. And I felt like he was kind of not falling off, but just slipping on his pimping a little bit. I wouldn't say falling off. He looked great Sunday. Even the other receivers, I can't even think about any major drops in the game, anything that cost them the game like it has before. And they came and balled, and they ran the ball down their throats. They really gave the Bills a taste of their own medicine. So, shout out to the Chiefs. It's cool that they're in the AFC Championship, but I don't think it's happening this year, guys. NFL is a lot going on, but you know what? Let's talk about a little NBA. Last night was Kobe's 18-year anniversary of scoring 81. And I'm sorry, just got a text. And you can almost treat that like a full moon. I wonder if that's going to be a thing going forward in the league. So we're going to document this. Joel Embiid goes for 70. Cat goes for 62. One dozen in a lost. Cat. Whoa. He started forcing it, though. It's like somebody whispered in his ear. Embiid has 70 because he started going in the quadruple teams, looking for fouls, forcing threes. And you know what? Ultimately, it cost the Timberwolves the game. Where Joel Embiid played within the Florida offense, they got him the ball in advantageous positions. And it just flowed with the game, and the Sixers won. The Suns seemed like they're rolling. KD was not confused, but he was baffled when he heard how many points Embiid got. Well, I got a feeling KD's going to be like, hold my beer. I'm going for 60 and 3/4 or some shit like that. Yeah, I really feel like that. And the Suns have been rolling. What else NBA I want to talk about? Lakers, of course. D'Lo has been getting hot. I don't know, man. That's the thing that really pissing me off with D'Lo. You see what he can be, and then you worry about what he's going to be able to give you on a night in and night out basis. The month of January, he's been on fire. The Lakers have been playing well. Well, not the Lakers. AD has been playing amazing. LeBron's 25 is not as impactful anymore, and it's hard to explain that. Like, his stats still look the same, but it just don't come with the that it did before. You can see that he's getting a little older. He's settling for a 3 a lot. Not really mad at it. He's shooting a very high clip. He's not finishing at the cup as much. I'm not tripping about him complaining about fouls because, he's been doing that since he got in the league. Everybody does it. That's just the league. I just don't know what the Lakers need. We may need shooting, but we got rid of Michael Beasley. We may need Caruso back. I know we keep talking about DeJounte Murray, but I feel like it's other things out there if we don't get DeJounte Murray. Even if we don't get Bruce Brown, I think people forget that Malcolm Brogdon's out there, who could be another very good guard that fits, that can shoot a little better than D'Lo and initiate the offense better than D'Lo. But I do like the Bruce Brown because he can do a lot of those things, and he's a defender. Malcolm Brogdon has had health issues, but we're more than halfway through the season. So, guess what, Lakers? I think you guys pretty much are who you are. Rui, I thought, was probably going to be most improved player of the year. That didn't come into fruition. I do like what I've been seeing out of Max Christie. We haven't seen Gabe Vincent, but maybe one game all year. Vanderbilt just doesn't look to score. I like what Taurean Prince gives, but he's a PJ Tucker-ish. If he's not hitting shots, you're out there to defend, but we got to get a bucket out of you. You got to at least be a threat, right? The complaints are getting bad. I know I say it's the league, but anybody watch the Laker game, look at how many times it's 5-on-4, because normally it's LeBron, I'm not going to lie, is complaining about a call and he doesn't get back. Now AD doesn't get back on offense sometimes, but if you got to block the shot, they get offensive rebound because somebody's not doing their job. He block another shot, contesting another shot, then he has to get the rebound. I'm not tripping about that. But LeBron, please, I beggeth you, just get in the picture, please. Please. Pretty please. With a cherry on top. I do want to talk Knicks a little bit. Didn't really like the OG Anunoby trade because I don't like trades that don't win you chips. But, man, this thing is fitting like a glove. OG looked like he should have been drafted by the Knicks. He just fits the Knicks scheme and how they go. Jalen Brunson probably is an all-star, should be. Hell, they might get 2 all-stars. Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle, because both of them been balling out of control. And anybody who really is into hoops, whether you like them as a fan or not, you understand that the Knicks being good is great for the NBA. And that's just what it is. Maybe we get Knicks Heat. Hopefully the Knicks definitely will compete more. Will they beat the Heat? Who knows? Because the Heat got something about the playoffs. They're the ultimate don't want to play them team. Let's see. Because I'm really winging it right now, kind of freestyling with it. Anything else I want to talk about hoops-wise? Don't want to talk about the Clippers, blah. Even though they have been rolling. The Bucks. This is the first year in this Giannis Prime championship window situation, what I say since 2018, 2019, that, man, Giannis looks like he is shouldering a huge load. And that's even with Dame and Chris Middleton on the team. And I look at the Blazers. I look at the Bucks. I look at Dame as an individual. And I wonder if all three parties wish they could just go back to what it was before the trade. The Bucks miss Drew Holiday as that defensive guy. Dame is a better player, but Drew Holiday fits what they needed more. I fit. The Blazers are fucking terrible. Okay? Fucking terrible. And I thought they would be better. You know, Anthony Simons can get a bucket. Grant can get a bucket. What's the rookie? Well, he's not a rookie now. Is it Shaden Sharp? Nice. DeAndre Ayton, God almighty. I would love, I'm really dying to see the next contract that DeAndre Ayton get, because the way that this salary cap is set up, my boy's going to be making $2-3 million a year, which I would love to be making $2-3 million a year, but compared to what he could be making if he balled harder, terrible. So I just really, you wonder, like, you know, should the Blazers traded that third pick, picked up another good player, ran it back with Dame, and seeing what they got. You know, who knows? You know, we could play what if all day. Marvel has 2 seasons of it. But that's just my thought and my take on it. Real quick, gonna skip to baseball. Now I gotta talk my Yankees. Marcus Stroman was good. I just don't like that the Yankees were going to spend $300 million on one player, and now we're being reluctant to spend money elsewhere. I guess their thought process is we're not just going to waste money, but when you have somebody like Blake Snell out there, you have Jordan Montgomery, who is a Yankee and knows how to navigate the Bronx. I think you can pay a 10%, 15% free agents tax on these players, especially if you're the Yankees and you understand that we haven't won a chip since 2009. It is 2024. That is, by the time the World Series gets here, that would be a total of 15 years. We haven't even been back to the World Series. Don't tell nobody. We haven't been back to the World Series. So, with that being said, Cashman, spend the fucking money. Go get Blake Snell. Hell, go get Montgomery. Kick the tires on Trevor Bauer. I know that's not a popular opinion, but let's do something, guys. I'm not satisfied. I want a bona fide, unstoppable lineup, pitching and hitting. All right, guys, that is what I'm looking for as a Yankees fan. So, Brian Cashman, please look out for me. You're simple Yankees fan. I'm trying to go see y'all, and I'm trying to see y'all win. When I went to go see y'all in Atlanta, I knew you guys were going to lose. I just already bought my tickets, and I went as a fan. Can I get a ticket to a Yankees game this year and have the confidence that we win? That's all I'm asking for this baseball season. This is my plea to you, Yankees. I will be seeing you guys soon, whether it be in Tampa, whether it be in Atlanta, might be in Baltimore, might be in Yankee Stadium. But when I go to a game, it might be somewhere else. I really and truly want to be confident that you guys are going to win. And that's all I got to say. Like I said, I was keeping it short. Nothing but 24, 25 minutes. Shout out to everybody who's listening. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow Talkin Game on Instagram. On Twitter. Yellow Tape King on TikTok has the link. Gonna have all my sports takes on there. I appreciate y'all, man. Peace.